What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. Alright, so before I get into this video, I want to give a big shout out to a couple of subscribers for showing love to the channel. Much respect to the MVP, the brother Robert Mason, coming through once again with the donation to the channel via the PayPal. Alright, much respect to him once again for showing love to Too Raw for TV. Also want to give a shout out to the brother Daryl for the $10 donation via the PayPal. Leaves a note saying, media speaking on Curry could pass LeBron if he wins the fifth ring. If that's the conversation, then aren't they admitting that Jordan is the GOAT? Rings do matter, LOL. Well, they always are moving the goalposts when it comes to LeBron. With Curry, they bring up the resume, right? Well, I mean, even if he does get 5 rings, I mean, LeBron just has a much better resume. Okay. But I bring up Will Chamberlain and his resume and his records. Then guess what they'll do? They'll bring up LeBron's championships. They'll bring up Jordan's championships. They talk about LeBron's longevity. Then I talk about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's longevity. Then they start talking about whatever the fuck they think they can. Skills. Then you bring up Kobe. Then they bring up, well, I mean, LeBron was 16-6 in the regular season against Kobe. Then we bring up that Curry's teams are 3-1 against LeBron in the finals. Then they want to talk about super teams. Well, he has Kevin Durant. But then if you talk about how LeBron started the super team era and that he benefited from playing on super teams, they just can't run away from their own shit. All they do is just run and hide. Well, they change the narrative to hide. But anyway, speaking of Redick licks, JJ Redick is up in arms. And I'll put a link to this article in the pinned comment in the comment section below. He's up in arms about, the media and how they've been trying to demonize Dillon Brooks and blaming the whole, the whole defeat against the Lakers on him, and basically making it seem like since he poked the bear, and it's all his fault. Well, there's one thing that I've always observed, and that is, if you're a person that talks a lot of crap and is controversial and does a lot of dumb shit, you gotta at least have the game to back it up. Dennis Rodman did a lot of dumb shit, right? Wild child. Kicked a photographer, infamously had a 48-hour rendezvous with depravity and and mayhem and mischief in Las Vegas. I think it was during the NBA Finals. Party animal. Loved to drink. Loved to socialize. Loved to screw Madonna. Loved to screw Carmen Electra. Loved to screw a lot of other indiscriminate women. But you could do that when you're a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year award winner, a 5-time NBA champion, a 7-time rebounding champion. I don't know how many all-NBA teams and all-NBA defensive teams he was part of. When you have that type of resume, you can do that. Dillon Brooks can't do that. He's accomplished nothing. Even compared to Draymond Green, Draymond is like light years ahead of him. 4-time NBA champion, Defensive Player of the Year award winner. One thing I'll say about Draymond is, he's run that offense for years. Leading it, being the vocal leader. I don't think he's the defensive player that people make him out to be, but he is a high IQ player, and that's saying a lot in this stupid ass league. And at the end of the day, he's accomplished something. Dillon Brooks has accomplished nothing. 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 And then, look, if he wants to blame somebody, blame the La Media. Because for much of the year, the La Media was sort of building him up, trying to make him out to be the next Draymond Green, right? Even having him beef with Draymond Green. But the minute he called their king old, they turned on the motherfucker. So a lot of his colleagues are at fault. And I'm talking about JJ's colleagues. A lot of these motherfuckers who secretly hobnob with LeBron and, you know what I'm saying, maybe some other things with LeBron that we don't know about. I'm not going to speculate. At the end of the day, they're the ones that demonized him to the point where the Grizzlies got rid of him. But at the same time, I don't blame the Grizzlies because they tried to negotiate a contract with him earlier this year, and he turned it down. So he betted on himself. He thought that he would have a great playoff run, and that would up his fucking, his value, his market value. And the Grizzlies let his ass go. But somebody will sign him, some team. So I wouldn't worry about him. And then I just want to finish off with this. Who the fuck is JJ Redick to talk about anybody with narratives anyway? Isn't this the same dude that goes around calling anybody that played before 1980 plumbers and cab drivers? And it's the same dude that disrespect Bill Russell recently saying that when Stephen A. had his top 5 playoff performances of all time, he said, I'm glad that you don't have Bill Russell's 30 and 40 on there because, it just doesn't belong on there. Like, who the fuck are you? First of all, Bill Russell is one of the greatest centers in the history of the NBA. Who the fuck are you to tell anybody what should or shouldn't be on that fucking list? I mean, look, we all have our opinions, but I would never say, look, man, Bill Russell's 30 points and 40 rebound game. I mean, he was playing against nobodies, man. I mean that game, it don't belong on there, man. Who the fuck am I to say some shit like that? This is the same dude, JJ Redick, that just said if he was playing today, he would average 20 points a game. So, if you would average 20, aren't you saying that the league is easier, considering that you average 12 points per game in your career? But you saying it's so much more difficult to score. Fuck out of here, man. But yeah, this dude just irritates me, man, because this guy constantly disrespects legends, whether it's Jerry West, Dominique Wilkins, Larry Bird, Bob Cousy, Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell. That's all he does. But you got a nerd talking about somebody else with a narrative.